So I'm just going to do a quick video about some things I went through while going through metaphysical abuse and telepathic abuse. So a lot of everyday people, I do not think, understand what it's like to have thousands of people actively listening to you every day. Like your own little podcast that you never get paid for. I can have a thought, and I'm very sensitive to energy, so I can have any thought at all, and since somebody's always listening, they will feel a way about it and get angry and then have something to say. I can literally think, man, I would love to have some pizza. I would love to have some pizza. I just see a sign that says or pizza, and someone's like, ugh, I cannot believe that you would put carbs in your body like that. Do you know how unhealthy that is? And they feel so strongly about it. And you're just like feeling good. You're feeling good. And then you're just met with so much negativity. You cannot feel good about anything. There's always somebody getting angry about it. So, like, that is one of the reasons I personally like to use the Charlotte Weaver tactic, because you can sit and try to reason with people all day or try to ignore them, but the vibes are always bad, and it is just like, I don't know, you just can't do anything right. It's annoying. I got up because there is somebody throwing out trash right there and it's awkward. But anyways, so to be able to feel relief from somebody's negativity for 5 seconds while they are confused with the Charlotte Weaver tactic is like not a normal everyday thing for people. You feel relief just feeling people stop and think about whatever you were talking about. Like the Charlotte Weaver, you just say something that's completely off, something that is completely incorrect, and then get angry about it. That way they hyperfixate on what you're talking about and stop thinking about what you're thinking about. Tell me, is that like common for people to experience? I don't know. And like I've said in another video, I've had several men that will listen to my daily life. They're already mad that they feel sexually rejected, and they listen in on my personal life with my family at the dinner table while I'm at the dinner table, and they will rape my asshole. They'll rape my asshole out of anger because they will not stop listening to what I'm saying. Does anybody else experience this? I don't think so. The level of what it does to your brain and physiology and just chemistry overall, it fucks you up. You have to strategize, or you will become a fucking vegetable that cannot feel anything ever without pissing people off and getting some form of extreme punishment. I would personally like to start going into public and talking about this. Just like go to a stage or something, or a theater, and invite people to openly talk about their experiences with abuse in this way. I still don't understand why people are not talking about it. I guess it's because it's not seen as real, but it is definitely real, and I want to start putting it out there as real. people cannot hold that type of power over you anymore once it's real. I just think that is the main reason why people do what they do, because there's no consequences for it. You do not see people disagreeing with you while you're sitting at the dinner table with your family and raping you for it. That is not how you talk to somebody. That is not okay. I just do not see how a normal person can sit there and hyperfixate on your conversation just to get angry about it. There's just something inherently wrong about it. I don't know. I'm doing this for predominantly women because I've spoke with a lot of women that deal with it. It's the male rejection wound. They just kind of submit and flirt and say, yeah, understand you're angry, and kind of like pamper them for however they're feeling, but that is enabling their behavior. We don't have to enable their behavior. You know what I mean? Like, we do not have to say, hey, it's okay, I know you're having a temper tantrum, but I'll fix it for you. I don't know. Men need to start regulating their emotions better. It is just societal. I've dealt with some women that are shitty too, but it's men that predominantly I have a problem with in my day-to-day life. They want revenge because they are rejected. Why is it a bad thing to be rejected? It is nothing personal. I'm not attracted to you. Get over it. You know what I mean? Why do you need that validation? There are people that would have life sentences if they did what they did in the physical. And you know what they tell me? When I ask them, why aren't you doing this to my face? If you're a man, do it to my face. Because I'm smart. I'm smart, that's why I don't do it to your face. Okay, you're not smart, you're just a criminal. If you want to be considered anything, you're a smart criminal. That's nothing to be proud of. And you are the reason why people end up in insane asylums and they're innocent. These people doing this shit need to go to the insane asylum. Everything needs to be reversed. It's just completely mind-blowing how far back we are. I feel like I'm not going to live to see the day where people are just like, wow, I can't believe that was ever a thing, that they didn't consider telepathy real. I can't believe that was ever a thing where they thought it was okay to rape somebody because they were angry with metaphysical energy. I can't believe that men and women weren't equals. Like, I'm just mind blown at how much is out in the physical to protect women's rights and gay rights and whatever, and this thing here is not talked about, and this is where it happens the worst. It's almost like you could come out and say that it's real. Everybody does it. Everybody talks with telepathy, most of everybody. I didn't get mine until I was 29. Imagine that. I was being stalked and harassed and bullied. Things were being done to me, like at my jobs. People would walk up and fake yawn at me like, ugh. And it just kept happening one by one by one. And I'm like, there is no way this many people are tired as soon as they make contact with me. And you know how you can tell a fake yawn from a real yawn. I'm like, people must be picking on me. People are actually fucking plotting on me. And this is why people think they have schizophrenia when they cannot use telepathy. That is not okay. It needs to be taught in high school that, hey, one day you are going to develop telepathy. And you're going to hear people talking to you in their head. They're not going to be using their voice. It's like part of maturing or whatever. And a lot of what I've learned is a lot of traumatized people do not develop telepathy until later in life because other parts of their brain are functioning higher than that part of their brain. Like watching people's body movements and their tone of voice is more important than that part of your brain developing. I had very good intuition my whole life. Like I could walk into a room and kind of steer around like a bat, with echolocation, with my feelings. So I knew what was going on energetically, I just didn't know in my mind. That's a hard way to live. But yeah, I just feel the need to get it out there because it is really not okay. That it is not even spoken about. You try to look it up online and there's nothing. It is just like pseudoscience. It's just like, it's like philosophy. It's because you can't prove it. And it's just like, okay, there's so much technology out there. Tell me you can't prove it. I think it's a power trip. I think they use it to their benefit in the government. And if they were being fair, they would definitely have admitted to it by now. It's just, it's wrong. And I don't want to go into the government shit too much because of for reasons that I don't quite understand. Maybe they have reasons for not telling people about it that I don't know about, higher intelligence than what I have. But if I'm just telling you my opinion, I think it's a power trip and men rule the world anyway. So that's more than likely why, because men aren't empathizing with the victims of the circumstances. And I just want to make the victims of the circumstances survivors and turn the karma back around on the narcissists who are making you into victims, making us into victims. There's no reason for it. Does anybody know what it's like to say something a narcissist wants to hear just so they can believe it for a few minutes? So you can feel relief from their obsession? Does anybody know what it's like to accidentally say something and then feel that relief and then gain knowledge on the people around you, what their intentions really were? And then you start using that as a strategy to see who's around you? It's crazy. All the strategies that me and a few others have had to come up with just to survive this level of narcissistic abuse is crazy. You cannot help how you feel, and people really are trying to condition me to be straight. Like, it blows my mind. Out of their own rejection wounds. How can you think that's okay? How are people not stopping and asking themselves, maybe I should have let this go. This really isn't okay. Is there something wrong with me for doing this? Not them? I do that shit all the time. I ask myself, should I have done that? And more importantly, I ask myself if I should do it before I do it, because maybe it is a personal trigger of mine and somebody does not deserve to bear the pain of what I personally feel. Just keep it to yourself. How hard is it? I don't know. People have went as far to get into my body and kiss somebody with my face. People have went as far to, I don't know, wait till I'm almost asleep and make my arm jerk. Like, you can do shit like that to people. You have to be in like an unconscious state because your brain can't fight it off as good. But yeah, people are that fucking obsessed. And I actually look around and wonder how many people actually go through this type of thing. I have no idea, but I would like to know if you've gone through it, or if I'm just a special person. So I was just gonna make this a short video, and hopefully get some people commenting on it and standing up to the "it's not real" mentality, because that is how they hold their power. Thank you for listening, and I love you. I just thought of something else I wanted to add. Do you think it's okay for your workplace to talk to you telepathically and ask you to do things? I feel like it's completely unprofessional. Not only unprofessional, but very invasive. I have dealt with a workplace that has crossed the boundary, in my opinion, and I'd like to know what you think. Do you think it's okay for your workplace not to ask you to speak to your significant other via telepathy, or a loved one via telepathy while you're at work? As long as you're performing your tasks fine at work. Do you think it's okay for your workplace to ask you not to kiss somebody telepathically or metaphysically at the workplace? I wonder if it is LGBTQ related, or if it is just something common amongst people, because a lot of my hate is actually stemmed from the male rejection wound. And I just wonder, do you deal with that? Like, do you send your significant others a kiss at work? Do you say "I love you" at work and get punished for it? I've been punished for it. Not in the physical, but like telepathically, like harassed over it. It's gone on a tangent for my whole shift before, because I was not supposed to talk to my significant other or kiss my significant other. I don't know. That's just another topic that I think is pretty obvious to me, that you shouldn't be allowed to tell someone to do that. But, you know, maybe I'm a minority, and maybe it really is just LGBTQ hate. Because I can't really see a man and a woman sending each other kisses and someone saying, "Hey, don't do that at work." Like, I don't know. Especially if you like are trying to be polite and you go to the bathroom and do it. They shouldn't be listening to you while you're wiping your ass anyways, right? That's another thing I went through. Like, I thought, okay, if you don't want me to kiss her at work real quick, it's like a reassuring kiss, "Are you okay?" Because we've been through a lot together. We have been through hell together. I just went to the bathroom to do it. And I really had to go to the bathroom, and I was severely punished for it. I will not talk about it on here, right now at least, but I was severely punished for kissing her in the bathroom. I feel like it is just outrageous. I don't know. It blows my mind the level of control that people have using this ability. When I first got telepathy, I thought it was a God-given ability. Like, oh, this is what people get when they are tortured and abused, and God gives it to them so they can have a special power and have an advantage on the monsters in the world, but everybody fucking has it. Can you imagine finding out that you have telepathy at 29 after everybody's been doing some weird matrix shit? Like, that's the type of shit I used to think about. Like, I'm in the matrix. This weird shit keeps happening. People keep stopping and yawning at me. That means somebody had to have been in my head following me around and telling people to yawn at me. Isn't that fucking crazy? At another workplace, I actually dealt with, like, I would have a trigger and think about my past and my childhood, and people would reenact what my abuser did at meetings. At fucking meetings at work. And did the shit to me specifically. Can you believe that? Like, reenacted my childhood trauma at a fucking meeting at work. And I was wondering how they did it. I thought I had cameras in my bedroom and somebody was fucking watching me as a kid. That is not okay to do to somebody. At fucking all. That's another reason I take it so seriously. What else have these stupid pieces of shit done? I had a job where they would like literally box me in on purpose. Like, I would put auto parts on shelves and take them off, whatever. People ordered them. And the stalkers would like close me in on purpose. I couldn't move either way, and they kept doing it over and over again. And I was thinking, you know what? I would just see like this smirk, like, but and feel it, but I never heard it. But like, they kept trying to make me uncomfortable and shut me in on purpose, and that stuff is hard to explain. That's the type of covert abuse that's hard to explain. They would drop more orders in my zone by myself, and I would pick them by myself while everyone else had help. They would wait till the last minute to send help, so I would think I didn't have help. It was a male-dominated industry. I'm trying to think of everything. I mean, this is just like the icing on the cake. The whole fucking thing was a nightmare. And I held it together the whole time because I had been abused as a child. And I'm pretty strong-minded because of it. But it just blows my mind how evil people are. And then they're going to throw you in the loony bin and say you have schizophrenia for it. Those days are fucking done. This shit's not going to be silent anymore. People are going to start talking about it. They're utilizing it to be evil. It seems like they're picking on people that have childhood trauma, to be honest with you. Remember how I said that a lot of people don't develop telepathy until later in life because they were traumatized and other parts of their brain were active over that part of their brain? Well, it's like, that makes it even worse, you know? You're picking on people that have been traumatized as children and making their trauma worse as adults instead of like giving them resources and making them feel reassured. That shit's gonna stop. I think we've all had enough. I know there's more people out there like me. I've met them. I just haven't met a lot of them. I think a lot of them are afraid to speak out because they get targeted. They say, well, you shouldn't have been vulnerable. And then they get picked on. Well, first of all, how can you not be vulnerable when somebody is in your fucking mind 24/7? Like, you can't ever have a feeling of vulnerability because somebody is in your mind 24/7 and they refuse to leave. Let alone open up about things that bother you on purpose anyways. How is that fair? You know? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But there's a lot of people that want to see this opened up in the public. And when lesbians have to start making rape defense strategies because men have rejection wounds and they will not stop obsessing with them until they get their pee-pees fucking sucked or fucked, there's something wrong. There's something fucking wrong. I'm tired of it. I am personally tired of it. Wouldn't it be nice to live in a world where people could just be open again? People could heal. People wouldn't be doing traumatizing shit anymore because they can be open about it and understand why they're feeling the way they're feeling so they don't act in a bad way over it and traumatize people with it. I don't know. It'd be cool to have like a seminar. A healing corner. Let people just openly talk. Get on stage and say, can anybody hear me? But don't say it out loud. Just say it in your head. Raise your right hand if you can hear me. See how many people raise their hand. Or ask people to pledge to stop metaphysical abuse and raise their right hand telepathically. I mean, that would be so cool. And then the ones that do not raise their hand can be asked to leave. Unless they have a valid reason for it, like, hey, I just don't want my family involved in this. Like, I never stopped anybody because I don't want my kids targeted, or I don't want my wife or my family targeted, or I don't want my husband, my mother, whoever is important to him targeted. But you do know the more people that stand up to it, the less powerful narcissists feel doing it. I have noticed they back down tremendously the more people stand up to it. They only feel comfortable and big and bad when they are doing it by themselves and everybody is just watching in awe. They think everyone's agreeing with them, but everyone's just afraid and they don't know what to do. So that's going to be the end of my video, and I'm sorry I forgot this part, but I'm out in public on a walk right now and I keep getting distracted by people like throwing trash away or talking, and I don't want them really like listening to me intently because it's awkward to make a video in public anyways. I just thought it would be nice to be in public and not be ashamed to maybe be heard, even, because why should we feel ashamed to talk about something that is so fucking obvious? Telepathy is real. I love you.